Cisco issues an emergency patch for a vulnerability under exploit in brute force attacks. Delta sues CrowdStrike over a software update that led to mass flight disruptions. UnitedHealth confirms that the data of 100 million people was stolen in the Change Healthcare breach. And Apple offers a $1 million bug bounty to hackers who can breach Apple intelligence servers. This is Cybersecurity Today. I'm your host, Jim Love. Cisco has issued an emergency patch for a security vulnerability in its adaptive security appliances and firepower threat defense. The flaw, tracked as CVE 2024-2481, is already being actively exploited in brute force attacks that could cause denial of service. The vulnerability, rated at 5.8 on the CVSS scale, is related to resource exhaustion and affects devices running remote access VPN, RAVPN services. Cisco has acknowledged malicious use of the vulnerability, which prompted the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, to add it to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog. The brute force attacks involve flooding affected devices with VPN authentication requests until unauthorized access is gained or legitimate users are locked out. Cisco warns that depending on the attack's severity, a device reload may be necessary to restore RAVPN service. The company has released software updates to patch the issue, as there are no workarounds available. Cisco's threat intelligence group Talos reported an increase in brute force attacks on VPNs since March, often originating from Tor exit nodes and other anonymizing proxies. Cisco has published mitigation recommendations which it encourages administrators to review and to implement as soon as possible. Delta Airlines has filed a lawsuit against cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike, alleging that faulty software updates in July led to mass flight cancellations and cost the airline over $500 million in direct losses and additional costs in terms of reputation and legal fees. The lawsuit, filed in Georgia's Fulton County Superior Court, accuses CrowdStrike of releasing an untested and faulty update that caused widespread system crashes. The July 19th incident disrupted travel plans for 1.3 million Delta passengers, resulting in 7,000 flight cancellations over 5 days. The fallout extended beyond the airline industry, impacting banks, healthcare providers, media companies, and hotel chains worldwide. Delta argues that CrowdStrike's untested update to its Falcon sensor security software was to blame, stating that the update caused over 8.5 million Microsoft Windows-based computers to crash. CrowdStrike has rejected the claims, arguing that Delta's issues were due to its outdated IT infrastructure rather than the software update. In a statement, CrowdStrike said, Delta's claims are based on disproven misinformation and criticized the airline's response to the outage. CrowdStrike also noted that Delta fared much worse in recovery compared to other companies affected by the update, questioning why Delta's systems were so uniquely impacted. The U.S. Department of Transportation has also opened an investigation into the disruption. Adam Mayers, a senior vice president at CrowdStrike, apologized before Congress last month for the faulty update, acknowledging widespread impact and committing to prevent such incidents in the future. Apple has launched a new bug bounty program offering up to $1 million for anyone able to hack into its Apple intelligence servers. The program is intended to test the security of the servers that handle requests for Apple Intelligence, an AI-powered service set to launch next week. The servers, known as Private Cloud Compute, PCC, are designed to manage specific requests beyond those processed locally on user devices. Apple has already taken steps to secure PCC by inviting security researchers and auditors to inspect the system's privacy and security protocols. Now, Apple is expanding that invitation to the public, offering significant rewards for identifying vulnerabilities. To support participants, Apple has made a private cloud compute security guide available, detailing the PCC's security measures and providing a virtual research environment, or VRE. The VRE allows participants to test the PCC's software releases and examine key components of its code, which Apple has published on GitHub. The bug bounty covers vulnerabilities in 3 areas: accidental data disclosure, external compromise from user requests, and physical or internal access. Apple hopes this challenge will identify and resolve potential security issues before its AI service's broader release. And the UnitedHealth Group has confirmed that over 100 million individuals had their personal healthcare data stolen during the February ransomware attack on its subsidiary, Change Healthcare. The breach, now marked as the largest healthcare data breach in recent years, was initially acknowledged with vague estimates, but the official number has now been updated by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to 100 million affected individuals, possibly the biggest healthcare breach of all time. The attack, conducted by the Black Cat ransomware group, also known as ALPH-V, compromised sensitive information, reportedly by using stolen credentials and exploiting the fact that the target company didn't have multi-factor authentication in place. The stolen data may have included a vast amount of personal and sensitive data, including health insurance details, medical records, billing and payment data, and even personal identifiers like Social Security and passport numbers. Change Healthcare revealed that the attack led to the theft of 6 terabytes of data, causing significant disruption across the healthcare sector, with pharmacies and healthcare providers facing outages that impacted their ability to serve patients. UnitedHealthcare admitted to paying a ransom of $22 million to receive a decryptor and secure a promise that the stolen data would be deleted. However, ALPH-V shut down and didn't pay its affiliate that had actually done the hacking. As a result, the affiliate demanded a second ransom payment to keep them from leaking all of the data they had stolen. There are some clues, such as the listing of the company disappearing from the affiliate hacker's site, that indicate UnitedHealth may have paid the second ransom as well. Losses from the attack are expected to reach $2.45 billion US by the end of September 2024, according to UnitedHealth's latest earnings report. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services is continuing to monitor the situation closely as the breach impacts a large portion of Americans' healthcare information. And that's our show for today. You can find the show notes at technewsday.com. We welcome your comments, tips on stories, and the occasional bit of constructive criticism at editorial@technewsday.ca. All tips will be kept confidential. I'm your host, Jim Love. Thanks for listening.